pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As we gather here today, as members of the Township Council, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community, keeping always in mind the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive to make Franklin and to make a better world. Amen.
Madam Master Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Embarrasson?
Here.
Councilwoman Francois?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Karazi?
Here.
Mayor Kramer?
Here.
Councilman Onijaka?
Here.
Councilman Singh?
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Next item is proclamations and commendations. It's item number 5 on the agenda. The agenda can be found over near the clerk. The next item is a resolution to be voted on separately. I ask for unanimous consent to delay that, in that a special guest is on their way here. So we'll have that later in the meeting without objection. It is delayed. So we're now on to public discussion. Ask for unanimous consent to open to the public. Without objection, we are open to the public. Anyone may speak on anything to do with government, limited to 5 minutes, no yielding of time. May only come up once. Please state your name and address.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. I got 5 minutes. I hate public speaking. So my name is Chiwei Troy. I am a resident of Franklin Township. I live at 58 Croydon Court in Somerset, New Jersey. I am a corporate finance professional, a MBA candidate at UC Berkeley, and a former volunteer firefighter of this community. I've proudly served this community for several years and am also a resident of Somerset County. I believe in competitive, fair markets, transparency, and fair treatment of our consumers. I'm here tonight to ask what steps the township can take to investigate what appears to be extraordinary gasoline pricing practices at the Exxon station located at 1101 Easton Avenue. I've watched this gas station for quite some time, months and into years. Regular gasoline is frequently priced 10 to 20% higher than nearby competitors, which many consumers may simply accept as a cost of convenience. What is much harder to accept and to explain are the prices for the Premium Plus fuel charges. Tonight, before this meeting, the station was charging $5.99 for Plus and $6.39 for Premium, while the nearby Exxon station down the road was charging $4.29 and $4.69 respectively. The Quick Check was also charging $4.35 and $4.49, representing roughly a 40% premium over stations located less than a mile away. For additional perspective, California, the statewide average is approximately $5.85 for mid-grade and $6.09 for premium purchases with a credit card. In other words, a Franklin Township gas station is charging more for Plus and Premium fuel than the statewide average in California, the most expensive gasoline market in the entire country. I respectfully ask that the township to review persistent pricing disparities, determine whether they warrant a further investigation from a consumer protection standpoint, and if appropriate, submit a formal complaint or referral to the New Jersey Division of Consumer Affairs. I would also ask the township to consider forwarding residents' concerns, such as mine, and any relevant information to the Better Business Bureau so that consumer complaints are documented and reviewed. When a local business routinely charges prices that exceed nearby competitors by nearly 40% and even exceed California statewide averages for Premium and Plus gasoline, our residents deserve confidence that our concerns are being taken seriously and appropriate authorities have taken the opportunity to review them. Thank you for your time.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Good evening. Deborah Inman, 67 Roberts Road. I just want to circle back to, it was raised at the last council meeting, and I just want to ask the question that during the last council meeting, there was a discussion regarding potential restrictions on pool rentals within the township. I would like to inquire if there has been any further discussion or consideration in this matter, and if not, will there be in the future?
Anyone else wishing to speak?
My name is John Latrakas. I live at 85 Arlington Avenue. In the past, I've asked a couple questions. One of them was, are you considering putting a rumple strip on Amwell Road? Was one of my questions. And the other one was, if you would possibly do a study about putting a traffic light on JFK Boulevard. Those were my comments.
We'll answer when everyone's done.
Yes, thank you.
I have answers for both of your questions.
We're on JFK Boulevard.
Winston Drive.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Maybe I missed it. Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing no one else come forward, I ask for unanimous consent to close public portion. Without objection, public portion is closed. Gas pricing, Mr. Renone.
Gas pricing, well, gas
Mike.
pricing is not regulated by the state
No.
of New Jersey. The way in which people advertise their gas pricing, however, is regulated.
And the way they sell it is regulated by weights and measures, but not, the pricing of gasoline is not regulated by the state of New Jersey, except in times of emergency. When there's a declared emergency, then price gouging is prohibited, but that's it. Dealt with it in emergency management previously.
And that's why you see wide varieties of
Yeah.
prices for gas. And, some companies are traditionally higher. I think Exxon's
Well,
probably.
that particular gas station, and I can speak to many, 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 many years of experience, is the last gas station before you get to Easton Avenue for northbound Easton Avenue to 287. So therefore, they have historically charged much higher prices than any other gas station, much like the gas station on Route 18 just before you get to the New Jersey Turnpike in New Brunswick, which historically was at least $1 more a gallon than every other surrounding gas station. The answer to that is, as referenced by the Department of Consumer Affairs, don't buy your gas there. There is no regulation, sir, you left, and the township attorney and I both said the same thing, which is the state of New Jersey does not regulate the price of gasoline. That is one of those things that the market bears the price. And in that particular circumstance, that gas station has historically always been much higher than surrounding gas stations because it is the last gas station on Easton Avenue before you get to Route 287. And so if people choose to buy their gasoline at $1 more a gallon, that's their choice to do that. So there is no violation of the law.
I have a comment. I read somewhere Exxon also has a regional pricing model where they charge, depending on where the gas station is located, they charge different prices for the acquisition of the gas.
The other gas station is in Exxon as well. It's be just off of 287, and the price there is significantly lower. That's so. That gas station, like I said, going back to the 1980s, had always charged much more than any other gas station in the area. They have a good location.
Thank
So.
you, Mr. Renone. Pool parties.
So that has been discussed, Mr. Mayor.
Hang on,
Yeah.
hang on. So pool parties was on the list of things to be discussed in the admin meeting. It hasn't, we had a long list of things to discuss. It will be at the next admin meeting.
It'll actually be at the next land use meeting as well, Mr. Mayor. So that's this Thursday. So
Okay.
land use will discuss it. the planner and I both discussed it. We've also identified the problem area in your neighborhood, which has, by our own observations, has numerous violations of the zoning regulations beside the fact that they're hosting these parties there. And the zoning inspector has already paid a visit to that location, and there will be numerous violation notices issued for many, many, many violations of things constructed without permits. Wasn't hard to find them on an aerial photo, trust me.
And Mr. Vornlocker, you could handle rumble strips and JFK.
So Amwell Road the rumble strips, if you're talking about rumble strips across the road or along the center line? So Amwell Road is a county road, not a township road, so we would have no authority to install anything on that road. I will certainly raise it with Somerset County Engineering to see if they have any interest in installing them on Amwell Road. It's not our road to do it, so I can talk to that. JFK Boulevard and Winston Drive, on the other hand, based on your original inquiry here at a council meeting, I guess it was probably 2 or 3 months ago now, we've engaged our contract township engineering office to begin the traffic studies that are necessary to determine whether a traffic signal is warranted at the intersection. It takes several months to go through the entire process. Turn counts have to be done both live and traffic counter volume counts on both the JFK Boulevard and Winston Drive, and then there's just the general engineering to determine the intersection geometry alone. That there's all of those things have to be done, but it is being done now. So it'll be a couple more months before that's done.
Mayor,
Yes.
I just wanted to highlight a couple things. I know, John, you and I play phone tag sometimes. The last public safety meeting, I had asked the Director Fredericks, and exactly what the manager just said. It is a couple-month process. We aren't having a meeting, though, in July, public safety, so we're hoping, though, because our summer schedule's a little different. But as that information comes out, we'll, I guess, deal with it, and if sometime between now and
It's now in the
September.
pipeline as a township investigatory project.
Right.
When it
But I'm
gets
saying
done,
that
I will let everyone know.
Between now and September, because of our summer schedule, if needed, we may be able to figure out to have a public safety meeting if there's anything to address. But we'll
I
deal
can
with
also
it.
just report it at a council meeting.
That also. And the rumble strips, I just wanted to mention, I know we got them on Easton Avenue, so I can't speak for the county, but the county does take our requests and review them. So the manager will have them review like they did Easton Avenue, and then ultimately it's up to them. But to me, it's a similar situation, and hopefully they'll consider putting them in.
Okay, let's do council comments. We'll start with Mr. Councilman Singh.
All right. So I had the privilege over the last couple of weeks to attend several community events, the Franklin Pride Celebration, Juneteenth Parade, the Turkish community event at CJCC, and very recently the yoga event at Wattle Dam at Somerset this past weekend. And I'm sure several of my colleagues in council are going to talk about their experience. All of these events were organized by and managed by different groups. There is one thing that is common in all of these that kind of jumps out, which is the inclusiveness and the spirit of our town. So all I want to say is let's keep that going. Let's keep that coming. Join us for Independence Day fireworks on the 2nd, which is a Thursday. And come in early. It's going to start at 6. Grab good seats and have a good time. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Sheepa Udine.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Just a few things that's going on in Ward 2 and just in general. First, we just had a great meeting learning about our Board of Health with the county and our advisory Board of Health. Hopefully, I'm able to work with them very soon on some of the programs that they're offering in the county and bringing them back to expand some of those education opportunities for our seniors and some of the skills that they were talking about, which I think would be great to have for our adult communities as well as, like I said, the seniors. Additionally, I'm working with the county on a particular street for a sidewalk to hopefully allow some of the residents to cross over and also benefiting our kids. So that's, again, more to come on that. Recently, I had a great meeting with NJIT from Newark. They're a college, and the Board of Ed joined me on a discussion on offering services for our youth. There is a program that they're just kicking off on STEM program, as well as what I thought about is how do we also get our teachers skilled to handle some of the upcoming technology that's coming in, and then also offering them back to our seniors so that they can also start learning some of the basic new technologies that are coming in with AI and just the computers. So a lot going on, just a lot of updates happening, and I'm working very closely with some of these new initiatives and programs that I'm hopefully able to get rolling in the next, 1 to 2 months by Q3 or so. So that's what's been going on in Ward 2. As I've always said, if there is any additional brainstorming or ideas that come forefront, feel free to reach out to me. Always looking and excited to work with you guys. So thank you. That's all I had, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Barrison.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the last couple of weeks been quite busy in town. There are many events, as Councilman Shubhendu Singh mentioned. I've attended almost every one of them. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but there are a couple of them I just wanted to mention. One was on the 13th, I'd asked our public safety director to host a e-bike safety update to the community. That happened at the youth center on a Saturday. And then on the 16th, excuse me, Food Bank held their second annual poetry contest. This is one where they assemble 5 top poets, young poets from high school, middle school, and the elementary school. And I got invited again this year to be one of the judges. And so that was a great event. A lot of enthusiastic young poets assembled and read their poems on stage. And we judged and we selected winners. Everybody went home with a prize. It's a cash prize. First place got $500 and $400, $300, $200, and $100. So at all the 3 levels. It's a great event, and I was glad that they were able to do it again this year, and hopefully they would continue that over the years and make it very popular. Other than that, just one announcement. On the 19th of July, we are going to have a screening of the FIFA final game, and working with this Board of Education, we are going to do it at the Franklin High School auditorium. Councilwoman Shipa Uddin and Councilman Carl Wright, we 3 of us kind of worked on that, the details. We were going to do it outdoors, but it became impossible to meet all the rules and regulations of FIFA, so we decided that we would do it indoor without any out-of-pocket expense for us. It'll be a great event. We can accommodate only 999 people, to comply
Does
with.
that include us?
Including.
That includes everyone, actually. So the licensing regulations for a no-cost, non-licensed event,
Yes.
you're limited to under 1,000 spectators. One of the advantages to hosting it at the auditorium is it doesn't become difficult for us to do that because the seating is limited to 800.
Yeah.
So.
And then the school board, I think the PTOs, PTO is probably going to have open the concession stand, and
The Booster Club.
you can have no alcohol.
No alcohol.
No
Booster Club will be, as a fundraiser for the Athletic
Yes.
Booster Club, will be selling refreshments.
Yes. So all are invited. Come all, and have fun.
But just register with Rec Desk through the Township website before you show up, because if you don't have a ticket, you won't get in.
Yes. So there will be a link and a flyer posted on the website.
Yep.
Stay tuned for that. You'll all get notifications, and it'll be a great event.
Go USA.
Go USA, yes. USA is 2-0 so far. so-
Hopefully, maybe. It could happen. It could happen.
Councilwoman Francois.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So to piggyback on what Councilman Rom and Barrison said, he did sponsor the e-bike screening and seminar at the Youth Center on the 13th of June, and it was very well attended, and it was sponsored by the police department. And the families that were there, I ran over there after Juneteenth, and there was a sixth grade takeover. And what was so nice about it was the people, the young people that were getting out of fifth grade, they got a chance to come into the youth center, and they were so mesmerized by the fact that they had we offered so many programs and services for free. Their parents were ecstatic, and they were. It was a really nice feeling to see the young people saying, "Oh, we get to come here. We're going to be a part of here. We're going to be here all the time." And they were talking to me, so it was really nice. So I think it's nice that the council hears this, because it has such an impact on the future of our youth and the opportunities that the youth center presents. And then on the second note, I would like to give an admin committee report. We had an admin committee on June 11th, and the administration committee, we call it the admin committee. We met, and we vetted the gas leaf blower recommendation from the Environmental Commission. We are suggesting that we wait for the state legislation from Senator Bob Smith to pass before the township takes any future action. So that's my report from the admin committee. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Vasanella.
Yes, lots of health and safety talk tonight. That's what I'm going to pick up on. Fires. Unfortunately, we had a handful, as noted in our local media. I think it was the busiest few days in a while. Fortunately, there were no injuries, and I believe at least one or two of the major ones were a result of lightning. So just never know, literally, when lightning's going to strike. Unfortunately, I believe a cat perished in one of them. Usually I don't talk about fires, but it was I smelt literally outside, and I can smell it, and most of you probably heard the sirens. Anyway, just want to, it is their job, but acknowledge the work of both some of our fire prevention people who serve as firefighters, and of course our extensive volunteer network in town. Most people don't think about those things until it happens. But fortunately, like I say, no real injuries from what I understand. That being said, that brings me into our public safety meeting. We had a quick one tonight before our very substantial Board of Health meeting, and the main thing we did is just do our vetting, so to speak, review of our annual contract that is between 3 of our 4 fire districts and the township, which allows, of course, is a financial arrangement that I believe has worked very well. It allows our township fire prevention officers to basically respond to fires during the day when there's the least amount of volunteers. I say this, I'm going to call it a hybrid arrangement that we developed about 10, 12 years ago, maybe longer. Mr. Vorlacher would know, but it really has worked very well, and we're set on the agenda, I believe, to renew it tonight. That was the main item in a public safety meeting. That being said, another thing mentioned about the bikes, thank you for the e-bike work. I know Safety Director Fredericks is committed to really educating, and I'm going to throw in just an idea as you were talking about it, that we have that sign that we put when we want to kind of throw things in people's mindset. Maybe we can, if we haven't already, put, please look at the new e-bike laws with those digital signs that we have. I know we keep one in front of the building here, but that is major. Not going to get into the details, but anybody who keeps track of the news hears about these constant unfortunate events of people, whether it's a bike that's been modified too fast, whether it's the vehicle's fault, whether it's the person riding the electrical device fault, but it's just way too many people getting killed and injured. So hopefully this law will help, and we'll do everything we can to keep informing the public, and maybe we can get that digital sign going. Other than that, separate from health and safety, and there was a cannabis ordinance that's on the agenda tonight I'm not going to talk about, but that did come out of also a very extensive conversation in our administration committee meeting. Something different, there's something called the Community Foundation. I know I've been on it for a long time, along with 3 other members here. I think it's Councilwoman Francois, Deputy Mayor Karazi, and I'm forgetting the fourth. Is it Mr. Councilman Rahm? So $5,000, which is having a child in college, that's a significant amount. Heller Corporation has funded a community foundation, and basically once a year, the board has decided to issue 2 $5,000 scholarships. This year we did. It goes to public school students who are pursuing a career in engineering, I believe, and Michael Gardner and Jason Peters. And thank you very much to the clerk. I forgot to ask her earlier. She retrieved them just now for me. Thank you. But I don't know them personally, but congratulations, and that's just another one of so many organizations that exist people don't necessarily know of, and that's a big chunk of money for these 2 students who hopefully will have a successful college career in engineering. I believe that is it. Don't forget July 2nd fireworks, biggest and I think the best Franklin will have ever had in our 247-year history. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Onichaka.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. The HRC would, okay. The HRC will have their meeting tomorrow, 24th of June, with the Reverend Father Tom Lanza from St. Matthias. He will be the presenter of the meeting. Also, the HRC is currently working on presenting the Hometown Hero banner. They're working on it. They're trying to prepare it and present it to the council for approval. So this is where we are now with HRC. Also, I want to use this opportunity to thank the organizers of Juneteenth. I was able to come attend it, but although I came in late, but I still say that everything went fine. It was good, and that is, Mayor. That's what I have today.
Thank you, Councilman Wright.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I have just one thing to say to my esteemed colleagues at the other end of the dais. Soccer should be played outside, rain or shine, just like rugby, football, and everything else. So when we come inside to watch it, it just ain't the same thing. It just ain't the same thing.
Ram doesn't want his hair to get wet.
I'm sorry?
Ram doesn't want his hair to get wet.
Either does the mayor.
I ain't got nothing to say about that.
Ram, there's just no respect.
Speed humps, they are moving real fast now. A couple of residents have emailed me, they've called me, and I told them that we could get together, but I would need everyone on the block to get together in order to try to pull this thing together. So I'll say to anyone that's out there, if you would like to see speed humps, you have to give me an email, set up a time, I can come talk to you, and then we'll talk to all your neighbors and see what type of thinking they have on this. And then, once that happens, we'll come back to the big guy on the other end of the dais, and we'll discuss speed humps. There are a couple things that go along with it that may work, but you got to have it put in front of your house somewhere, and that's where the problem starts. But we can work on that. Number 2, road to success. You gotta love it. It's down at the middle school, the Hamilton campus. And my daughter teaches history at the high school. And that's how I got into this, because she also teaches at the Road to Success program. And in talking to Ms. Tatum, the vice principal, you bring in students that, for various reasons, don't get into, you get that class size of 10, 20 students, somewhere around there, and they get that care, that educational focus that they couldn't get in that 30, 40, 50 kids in the class, whatever you have going on over at the high school. And it seems to work, because the kids do graduate. They do move on. Some of them graduate from that 8th grade part and go right into the high school. From those that are in the high school alternative program, they seem to do better. They seem to do better, and they come out and they want to fly. Now, I was the guest speaker there, and one of the things that I said is perseverance. Because no matter what you are, who you are, you got to have perseverance. Because if you don't have perseverance, you'll never get anywhere. Through all the challenges that might come up in your life, if you don't kick the door down, if you don't keep banging on the door, you won't get far. And that's what happens to a lot of our kids. They don't go far because somehow or another, parents, community, they haven't taught them that lesson. Perseverance. If you feel your kid's going down to school, teach your kid to persevere. Go get the help. If you don't get the help, that's a major problem there. But you got to get the help. You got to see way clear on this. And it was definitely good to be there. Our former mayor, Bill Grippo, was there. Dr. Solomon was there, which brought us some information. And as you know, Bill Grippo was part of the BOE now, former principal. So it worthwhile, and I'll be there again next year. Not as a speaker, but just as somebody who goes. And that's basically it, Mr. Mayor.
Deputy Mayor Carrazzi.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good evening. So I'm going to start with acknowledging all those who came for the blood drive last Saturday. And we made the announcement, and I want to congratulate all those that came, because their effort based on the New Jersey blood drive services could save the lives of 129 people. So congratulations. Special thanks to Masjid Ali for organizing the event, and thanks for everybody who showed up and gave blood. I also want to congratulate all the high school graduates. You know, I had the opportunity to participate in Central Jersey College Prep graduation, and I was amazed that they had 100% graduation, and 100% of them, they went to colleges, from anywhere from Princeton all the way to Middlesex County and so forth, but everybody was accepted. at one college or university. So, and this Friday there's going to be graduation of our high school, our public high school as well. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Food bank visit. I had the opportunity to take a few kids, like 19 actually. These are the elementary school children, and we went there, visited. It was a great program and very educational. Thanks to Franklin Reporter that you were there as well. And we're going to recognize two of the students, the fourth graders, who started a program to raise money for food bank during the next council meeting. So I wanted to mention that how great experience was for them and for me to go to food bank. I've been to food bank many times, but it was great to have the kids to be there, ask questions, see what's really going on, and have connection and appreciate helping neighbors helping the neighbors. That's, I'm sorry? Oh, okay. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor. And of course, I attended many of the events that was mentioned by my colleagues before. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
On July 2nd, 1776, the Continental Congress voted to pass the Declaration of Independence. John Adams predicted that in the future, we would be celebrating July 2nd, 1776. On July 2nd, 2026, we will be celebrating that, not on the 2nd because of John Adams, but because it's cheaper than doing it on July 4th. But nevertheless, 250 years from the passing of the Declaration of Independence, we will be celebrating with the National Guard band starting at 6 and the fireworks starting at 9:15. On July 4th, 1778, after the Battle of Monmouth, Washington's troops were resting on the Raritan River right by where Landing Lane Bridge is now, and he ordered cannon fire and gunshots to celebrate his win. Actually, historians view it as more of a tie, but he considered it a win. And that many consider that the first 4th of July fireworks ever. So that happened here in Franklin. On July 8th, 1776, there was a reading, the first reading to the general public of the Declaration of Independence. That was at noon on July 8th, 1776. At 6 p.m. on July 8th, 2026, around the country, the Declaration of Independence will be read at numerous places, one of which will be our gazebo outside. So there's 2 events you can come to, and 2 events you missed by, or 3 events you missed by 250 years. Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. 2 upcoming events. One more, a course being offered again by the Community Relations Bureau of our Police Department for 13 to 18-year-olds. It is a tradesman program. Registration is open now. It's an 8-week course that begins on July 9th and runs through August 27th. Its intent is to teach students between the ages of 13 and 18 tool familiarization and tradesman skills. They'll be taught the basics of hand and power tools while making a class or individual project. Very popular course. If your child or you, if you happen to be listening, are interested in learning more about how to use tools to build things, get online and register before the course fills. There are limited seats, obviously based on the type of activities involved. The other is another Franklin 250 event that the mayor did not mention, but it is one that if you're interested, you might also want to get your tickets now rather than wait. There is a Franklin 250 night at Somerset Ballpark in Bridgewater, right across the river off 287. The game is between the Patriots, which are the New York Yankees
Farm team.
Farm team, yeah, They are
Notice
a
that.
Double-A affiliate of the Yankees.
I got a sports reference.
Well, you got it right. But it's a Double-A affiliate minor league team for the Yankees. Yes, you
Farm
got it
team.
right. It is a farm team. You got that correct. It is referred to as a farm team.
I knew something about
It is the
sports.
Double-A affiliate of the New York Yankees. So I'm very proud of the fact that right across the river from us is the Double-A affiliate of the New York Yankees. They'll be playing the New Hampshire Fisher Cats, which is the Toronto Blue Jays Double-A affiliate. And there are a number of Revolutionary War events scheduled for this night. There are historic Revolutionary War encampments, Revolutionary-inspired exhibits and tables throughout the concourse, period actors, including General George Washington, cannon fire following the fireworks spectacular, and family-friendly activities and historical displays, and a post-game fireworks show. All that for a $10 admission ticket, which is a pretty darn good deal. And it is on August 15th, which is a Saturday. The game starts at 6:35. The gates open at 5:30. The Patriots games are one of the best-run minor league operations in the country, and it's a beautiful stadium. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful night, and if you want to go out and have some fun and learn a little bit about Revolutionary War history and cheer on the Yankees Double-A affiliate team, Mayor. Farm team. Then by all means, get online and purchase your tickets. There are several links on our website to do so, and it's on the big banner on the homepage. And that's what I got for you tonight, Mr. Mayor.
It's a rare coincidence. August 15th also happens to be India's Independence Day, so fireworks for India's
celebration.
Independence Day.
And I believe fireworks play a big part in many Hindu celebrations, so that would certainly fit.
So we're going back to item number 6, resolutions to be voted on separately. Our special guest has arrived. Resolution 26-271A. Mayor Kramer got a sports reference. I guess, okay. Resolution 26-271, naming Winston Drive Honorary Street Earl C. Williams Jr. Drive is presented to the Township Council for adoption. Ms. Francois, would you like to make that motion?
I move the resolution naming Winston Drive.
Second it.
Moved and seconded. Ms. Francois, do you have any discussion?
Yes, I do. I would like to read the resolution into the record. So I'm going to go down and ask Ms. Linda Williams to come up. So there's a history behind this whole honorary street naming situation. You come around here. This is Miss Linda Williams, Montgomery Williams, and she has been harassing me for years, almost a decade, 13 years, she said, to have this street named after her husband. Miss Linda Montgomery Williams is also a county commissioner of the election board. She's a former HRC member. She's a county committee member. She's a former first vice chair of the Democratic Committee. She's also a committee member. She's also the chair of the Community Outreach Committee. So she's doing a lot here in Franklin Township. Also, she's also a commissioner, see, she's telling me more, on the Housing Authority, and she's also a commissioner, where else? Is that it? Oh, well, Noble, okay. So she's doing a lot. She does a lot for Franklin Township. And her husband, I'm going to read the resolution. So the resolution reads, and this is the reason why we're doing this honorary street renaming for Earl C. Williams Jr. Drive, for the Winston Drive. So it reads, whereas Earl Craig Williams Jr. was born on July 14, 1948 in Newark, New Jersey, and was raised in East Orange and Montclair, New Jersey. where he excelled as an all-state athlete on Montclair High School, and whereas Earl C. Williams Jr. went on to play Major League Baseball as a catcher and first baseman, making him Major League Baseball debut on September 13, 1970, with the Atlanta Braves. And in his 1971 rookie season, hit 33 home runs and drove in 87 runs, earning him the National League Rookie of the Year award, only the second catcher in National League history after Johnny Bench to receive that honor. And whereas Earl C. Williams Jr. went on to a distinguished Major League Baseball career spanning parts of 8 seasons with the Atlanta Braves, Baltimore Orioles, Montreal Expos, and Oakland Athletics, amassing 138 career home runs and 457 runs battled in, standing as one of only 7 National League players of his era to hit more than 30 home runs in a season. And whereas following his professional baseball career, Earl C. Williams Jr. made his home in Somerset, New Jersey, residing on Winston Drive, where he became a beloved member of the Franklin Township community, serving as a mentor and a role model to our local youth, and remaining actively engaged with residents for decades. And whereas the mayor and council of the Township of Franklin wish to honor the memory and legacy of Earl C. Williams Jr. by designating Winston Drive, the street on which he lived, as honorary Earl C. Williams Jr. Drive, as a lasting tribute to a man who brought distinction to our community both on and off the field. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, that Winston Drive, located within the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, is hereby designated as honorary Earl C. Williams Jr. Drive in memory of Earl Craig Williams Jr., July 14, 1948 to January 28, 2013. The 1971 National League Rookie of the Year, longtime resident of Somerset, New Jersey, and cherished member of the Franklin Township community. This honorary designation does not alter the official name of Winston Drive for dressing, mapping, and emergency services or governmental purposes, but shall serve as a permanent tribute to the memory and legacy of Earl C. Williams Jr. The Township Clerk is hereby directed to cause appropriate honorary signage to be erected on Winston Drive in recognition of this designation, as may be deemed suitable by the Mayor and Council. A certified copy of this resolution shall be presented to the family of Earl C. Williams Jr. as a token of the Mayor and Council's deep respect and appreciation for his contributions to Franklin Township. This resolution shall take immediately effect upon passage. We will pass this tonight. But I asked Ms. Williams to come because, like I said, she's been harassing me for a long time. And this means a lot to her, and it means a lot to our community as well. And I'm going to ask her to say a few words.
Thank you. Whew. That was a tearjerker. Okay, I wrote down a couple of things. Good evening, everyone. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this incredible honor, receiving this honorary resolution recognizing Earl C. Williams Jr. and the dedication of a street in his name is a moment that means so much to me and my family and our community. Earl's journey from a young boy was his dream to becoming a 1971 National League Rookie of the Year, which was his talent. So thank you so much.
That was nice. So we also have an honorary street sign for you to put up in your house. Okay. Frank, come up here. Help her carry this.
So the signs will go up within the next couple of days, one on either side of your home on Maynard and Kingsbridge, and then one at JFK Boulevard.
Montrose.
Okay.
Montrose.
I'm sorry, Montrose.
Montrose,
Yeah,
Montrose. And she's going to have a block party, too. She's an event planner, by the way. So you want to mention your block party?
August the 1st, from 2 to 4. So hamburgers, hot dogs in the driveway on Winston Drive. Okay, thank you.
And there were technical reasons why this was difficult, and kudos to Mr. Vornlocker for working through those.
Where there's a will, there's a way sometimes, Mayor. And it was Linda's will that made the way.
When is the block party again? August the 1st. It'll be in her driveway, okay? And she's a big-time event planner, by the way. Event planner extraordinaire, so come one, come all. It'll be a nice historical event here in Franklin Township. Thank you, Linda.
Yeah. So as not to influence the people voting, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Karazi?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilman Singh?
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Congratulations. Back to item number 11, council discussion item. There is none. Item number 12, time to pay the bills, approval of the warrants. I present the following, it's approval of the minutes. Bills will have to wait. I present the following minutes of the Township Council for their approval. Township Council work session regular meeting of June 9th, 2026, and the executive sessions March 24th, May 12th, and May 26th, 2026. Do I have a motion on the minutes?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved in second. Any discussion or corrections? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Karazi?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilman Singh? Councilwoman Udine?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Warrants in the amount of $16,948,813.11 on June 23rd, 2026 are presented to the Township Council for payment. Do I have a motion on the warrants?
I move that the warrants as read be paid.
Seconded.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Anyone like to pull an item, question an item? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Karazi?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilman Singh?
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Item number 14, Community Development Block Grant 2026. Public hearing on Annual Action Plan CDBG 2026. Public hearing is appropriate. I ask for unanimous consent. It's open to the public. Without objection, we are open to the public on this item only. Anyone wishing to speak about CDBG block grants or CDBG? Seeing no one come forward, I ask unanimous consent to close to the public. Without objection, we are closed. Resolution 26-290, approving the filing of the SFY 2026 Community Development Block Grant Annual Action Plan. Do we have a motion on the plan?
So moved.
Do we have a discussion? Second, I mean.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Karazi?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilman Singh?
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Public hearing and adoption of ordinances on second reading. First readings are when we announce to the world that we are considering an ordinance. If it gets past the first reading, we have a second reading where we actually vote on whether it will become an ordinance or not. These are the second readings for, these are the ordinances up for second readings. Ordinance number 4511-26, ordinance to acquire by purchase or condemnation certain lands within the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, for the purposes of open space preservation in the Township of Franklin pursuant to NJSA 40A 12-13A for the property known as Collins property, also known as Block 5.02, Lot 70Q, and commonly known as 4301 State Route 27. Princeton, New Jersey is presented to public hearing and final adoption. Public hearing has been noticed as required. I ask unanimous consent to open to the public. Without objection, we are open to the public on this item only. Seeing no one come forward, I ask unanimous consent to close to the public. Without objection, we are closed to the public. Do you have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. So this is acquiring of open space or preservation of land. The term condemnation is used. Eminent domain is not used. That's a term of art. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Karazi?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilman Singh?
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
It passes, but now we've got to pay for it on ordinance number 4512-26, capital ordinance providing for the acquisition of the property known as Collins property is located on block 5.02, lot 70Q, also known as 4301 State Route 27 in the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, appropriating $426,721.40 therefrom the Open Space Trust Fund of the Township of Franklin to pay the cost thereof is presented for public hearing and final adoption. The public hearing has been noticed as required. I ask unanimous consent to open to the public. Without objection, we are open to the public on this item only. Seeing no one come forward, I ask unanimous consent to close to the public. Seeing no objection, we are closed to the public. Do we have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. The discussion is, this is paying for it. And any other discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Karazi?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilman Singh?
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine? Yes. Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Ordinances on introduction and first reading, more open space being preserved. Ordinance 4513-26, ordinance to acquire by purchase or condemnation certain lands within the Township of Franklin County, Somerset State of New Jersey, for the purposes of open space preservation in the Township of Franklin pursuant to NJSA 40A 12-13A for the property known as Block 508.02, Lot 11, and commonly known as 287 Cedar Grove Lane, Somerset, New Jersey. The foregoing ordinance is presented to Township Council for adoption on first reading, posting and publication in accordance with law, and public hearing and final adoption in a meeting of the Township Council to be held on Tuesday, July 14th, 2026, at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. Do I have a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Seconded.
Seconded, any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to maybe tell the public about this particular piece of property. This property is on Cedar Grove Lane, on the west side of Cedar Grove Lane between Weston Road and Amwell Road. The size of it is sufficient in that zone to have approximately 25 homes built on it. The actual purchase price is $5.2 million, not $5.46. We budget a little bit extra for things like surveys and closing costs and environmental investigations on properties. So it's $5.2 million for the purchase. A 1 acre building lot in that vicinity of town generally sells between $300,000 and $400,000. So if you do the math, that puts it at a building lot value of about $7.5 to $10 million. However, obviously, there's infrastructure costs involved in developing a piece of property. But this is a significant purchase in the north end of town. I think it totals about 34 acres off the top of my head. I might be off by a few there. But I think that kind of a feather in the cap of you council members in the township in preserving this piece of property, which very easily could have been sold to a developer, much like the property immediately adjacent to it that we weren't able to buy. So it is an area of great interest to developers, and this will be a significant preservation.
Thank you.
Not that I want you all to vote yes, but I'd like you all to vote yes.
So we have a motion, a second, and discussion. Any other discussion?
Way to spend $5 million.
Madam Clerk.
Councilman Barrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quarazi.
Yes.
Mayor Kramer.
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka.
Yes.
Councilman Singh.
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine.
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella.
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
And now we got to pay for that, ordinance 4514-26, capital ordinance providing for the acquisition of the property known as 508.02 Lot 11 is located at 287 Cedar Grove Lane, Somerset, New Jersey, in and by the Township of Franklin, the County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, appropriating $5,460,000 therefrom the Open Space Trust Fund of the Township of Franklin to pay for the costs thereof. The foregoing ordinance is presented to the Township Council for adoption on first reading, posting, and publication in accordance with law, and public hearing and final adoption at a meeting of the Township Council to be held on Tuesday, July 14, 2026, at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. Do I have a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved in seconded. Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Councilman Barrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quarazi.
Yes.
Mayor Kramer.
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka.
Yes.
Councilman Singh.
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine. Councilman Vasanella.
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
Ordinance 4515-26, an ordinance amending the municipal code of the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, rescinding Chapter 92 Cannabis in its entirety and replacing it with the new Chapter 92 Cannabis. The foregoing ordinance is presented to the Township Council for adoption, first reading, publication, posting, and publication in accordance with law, and public hearing and final adoption at a meeting of the Township Council to be held on Tuesday, July 14th, 2026, at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. Do I have a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. If I'm not mistaken, this adds a $5,000 a year licensing fee for any cannabis establishment.
10.
No.
10,000 for retail
Oh.
and 20,000 for cultivator.
Right.
10,000 for retail and 20,000 for cultivator. That's right. Any other discussion?
Additionally, Mr. Mayor, I think that one of the most important parts of this, beyond just the annual licensing, is that it establishes a number of regulations for the commercial and the commercial establishments that will allow for enforcement when violations occur. Our current ordinance was sorely lacking in regulations, and what the clerk and I found was that in reviewing those municipal ordinances for really pretty much all of the other towns in the state where various cannabis licenses are permitted, we found that we really needed to kind of tighten the belt a little bit and make sure. And I will tell you that it is a significant task over the course of a year with the number of cannabis dispensaries and cultivation businesses that we have here in town, but both on the part of the police department and the collector's office, the clerk's office, the manager's office, to
to manage these and give these licensed establishments guidelines and regulations. They don't know what they can and can't do because it's never been spelled out for them in a municipal ordinance. Can they have events outside? Can they do this? And this is something that we both felt was kind of necessary. Not that we have significant violations of laws and things like that, but that oftentimes in businesses like this, they have to have a code specific to them that tells them what they can and can't do, much like our alcoholic beverage license portion of our municipal code. So that is why it was recommended, and it went through the administration committee at their last meeting, and that's why we're now here with an introduction.
Bob, I have a question. Have we informed the businesses about this ordinance?
Have we informed them? No. I will tell you that this is, and I'll give you an example of one of the reasons why we need this ordinance. So I have been attempting, as has the clerk, the collector's office, attempting to contact one of these businesses. And today I had to call the police department because I finally got to the point where I had to request a police officer to go there to have them contact the collector's office about their quarterly tax remittance. So these things are the issue. We need to have contact information, and this is one of the things that the ordinance calls for. This is certainly not an exception to the rule here as it relates to cannabis businesses in the state. We found that every single municipality had this type of code. In fact, we didn't reinvent the wheel. We simply took what we felt was relevant for Franklin Township and put it into the ordinance from others that had done the same.
Right. No, I'm not questioning.
And I understand your question and why. No, they haven't been. Before there's an introduced ordinance, we generally would not notify businesses. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think that after this meeting that any one of those cannabis businesses will not know about this, thanks to the gentleman who's seated in the back corner of this room right now.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to make sure that they have that information, so at least they know this is coming.
Well, I was going to say, my understanding is there's many associations. This is like any other business that they have people that if they're interested, they watch what local and state ordinances and laws are doing. And there's, whether they contest it or not, but it was extremely well researched, in my opinion, and extremely well vetted. And I believe there was 4 unanimous opinions, strong unanimous opinions, if that helps at all. The only thing I'm going to ask Mr. Vornlacher, because I know I presented a question, it's come up here many times, about the 18 cap and the legalities surrounding. I know we have a few more, and if they go out of business, can we then keep it at 18? People have, so if you could just highlight that, I appreciate it.
I think that this is
Or
one
the
that
attorney.
the township
Yeah,
attorney,
probably.
what I'll say is right now, this is what I know. We had 21, but the truth is that we don't have 21 anymore. And as of today, I thought we had 20, but now we have 19, because the one that I was trying to track down today with the assistance of the police department is no longer in business. So what also now I need to contact the Cannabis Regulatory Commission tomorrow to find out what the status of their license with the state is, because this was a business that I don't want to use the euphemism, but in the middle of the night disappeared and left the door open, and that's why the police department knew about it. So as far as our ordinance is concerned, our ordinance capped it at 18, but allowed for any other licensed businesses in the pipeline to open, and I think that took us to 21 at the time. And now that I know of, there have been 2 that have gone out of business.
Bob, I have a question. The 2% tax, do they remit to the state and then the state gives it to us?
No, and that's one of the issues with the law, in my opinion. The law says that when a municipality establishes the 2% sales tax on their gross sales, that they remit the payment directly to the town. What probably should have been done is it should have been treated the same way that the hotel room tax is treated, and that the hotels collect the tax and remit it to the state, and then quarterly, the state sends a check to each municipality that has a hotel tax. Unfortunately, that's not the way the cannabis tax was set up. So if they don't pay, we have to chase after them, which is what we're doing. And that's what I'm saying. We talk about fees that are associated with licensing. We're spending a decent amount of time every week chasing things down related to cannabis businesses, including their payments.
So there's a reason why the state did that, you know?
What I don't know why, but go ahead and
So the
tell
hotel
me.
tax is towns can pass ordinances to have the hotel taxes.
Mhm.
The way that's paid is exactly the way Bob said.
Mhm.
The cannabis tax is a state tax, and we're collecting it locally, right? The 2% we're collecting.
Well, no, actually, we collect, you don't have to engage, you don't, as a town that has a cannabis business, you don't have to have the tax. It's up to the town, and it can be up to a maximum of 2%. The state collects their own tax separately, as in the form of sales tax and any other taxes. This is the local municipal tax.
One of the concerns whenever there are taxes like that is that the state legislature doesn't grab them at budget
Oh,
time.
sure.
Because, you know, it happened with the Affordable Housing Trust Funds. That
It happened with the energy tax.
It happened with the energy tax, too, is that the state budget is effectively a law. So if the state budget says that money doesn't get distributed back to the municipalities, it just stays in the state. So collecting it locally.
But why didn't that happen with the hotel tax?
Not sure.
Because it did.
I think they were more worried about the cannabis tax.
Right, well, and the funny thing is, we collect far more in a good year from the hotel tax than we do from the cannabis tax.
I think that's the reason why they did it.
Mr. Rollacher, if he feels appropriate, could you tell us what, based on what we have here today, what, if this ordinance passes, what that equates in dollars?
Well, it depends on the number of businesses and whether they stay in business. I mean, it's simple math, right? If it's 18 businesses and the annual registration fee is $10,000, then that's $180,000. We do have right now one cultivating facility online with another two set to open within this budget year. So those will be a different cost for licensing. Same tax for gross sales at 2%. The biggest one that we have right now, as far as tax revenue is concerned, is a cultivating facility.
Okay. So basically, separate from that 2%, this could maybe land somewhere in the neighborhood of about $250,000 tax revenue.
Depending on,
general fund.
I've said it from the beginning, my own personal opinion. I said it from the beginning as far as the number of cannabis dispensaries that we have in town, that the market will ultimately rule as far as the number that stay open. And I've spoken to my peers in other towns that have cannabis dispensaries, and a town that has 2 cannabis dispensaries that is generating the same level of revenue that our 18 are. That's because there's only 2 in the business, so those 2 in the business get all the business.
So our attorney would like to weigh in here.
I just want to make something clear. We keep talking about this as a tax revenue. It's not a revenue. The whole purpose of any
permitting.
The whole purpose of any permitting fee is to reimburse the municipality for the cost that comes with administering these licenses.
And that's why I stressed that.
Right, and Bob and I had that. So when you say it, how much tax revenue, how much revenue we're generating, we're really not. We're just trying to reimburse the town. And Bob and I talk about this all the time, administratively and legally and department-wise. You spend a lot of time administering these licenses.
Exactly.
Very intense. So this is really just to recapture that amount of money. It's not a tax, it's a fee, because under New Jersey law, you can only have a fee that is roughly equivalent to what the cost is to administer these licenses. I
appreciate you bringing that up, and that's why I tried to stress when I said this has become a significant demand on staff at not just like at times, at that annual renewal or inspection. I mean, we have demands on the police department, we have demands on the zoning department to process these. We still get inquiries from other businesses who want to come here. So all of those things and take time. And Anne Marie's office has to process everything, and the collector's office has to chase down ones that don't pay.
And we have to pay our attorney for cannabis related. So I should restate that the 2% is actual tax revenue.
That's the revenue.
This is
Only the
revenue
2%
that would
sales.
go into our budget to offset these expenses we're talking about.
Correct.
Thank you.
But I think that's an appropriate distinction, because there have been people that think that we need to take that fee that we're collecting and repurpose it for social services programs, and that's not appropriate.
All right,
Mr. Mayor, I have one question.
Yeah.
Our attorney set us straight. I sent him an email because I wanted to use some of that money. And he told me, no, Carl, you can't use that for anything.
That's what you
I
said.
said, well, social services programs, job training programs, what have you. And he says, no, you can't do it, but you can do it by counsel. And I says, no, because if I did it by counsel, the 9 of us can agree to take 5%, 10%, whatever the fee is, and use it for social action programs. But I said I didn't want that because the next 9 people will come up and say, no, we don't want to spend it on that, so we're not going to use it, we're not going to pass it out. Therefore, the programs disappear. But I asked him about a referendum on that, and again, he shot it down, which was the correct thing to do. So when we looked at that, some of our residents, and I talked to them, said, hey, this is something that we can't move. We did our best to move it, to gain some of those funds, and we just couldn't do it. So that's where I looked at, and that's the perspective that I came from. So I want to thank our counselor, Mr. Raynon, for setting me straight.
Good.
All right, I'd like to move this along. Call the roll, please.
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Karazi?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilman Singh?
Point of order. Is there
No,
no
you-
public
Yes.
discussion on this?
No, this is the first
Councilwoman
reading.
Udine?
Second reading will.
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Thank you. We are now on to the consent agenda. Items A through Q is listed in the consent agenda. Portion of this meeting are presented to Township Council for adoption. Do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anyone like to pull an item? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Karazi?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilman Singh?
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Old business, boards, committees, commissions, vacancies. Anyone have a nomination?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
We have an opening on our planning board for alternate number 2. And I would like to nominate Toya Reed, a resident of the 4th Ward, a graduate of St. Peter's University in Jersey City. She now works for the Department of Child Protection here with the state of New Jersey. And I believe, over the course, that she will be an outstanding candidate as an alternative on our planning board.
It's about
Does she have to be screened?
So it is the practice of the council to screen. We overlooked that once last time because the zoning board was in a kind of a, I wouldn't say emergency, but crucial position. So it's not up to me. He has made that nomination. If others would like to weigh in on this, they may do so.
I'm just curious if she sent in the service application to the clerk, which is the only technical requirement. Councilman Wright, do you know if she sent that? Because that's
Well,
actually...
it seems to me that
Yeah.
we did something, and I went and I asked about that issue, and there was none. Now, we do have a screening committee, but like anything else,
Actually,
things change. And there was no issue about that. And I just went through that yesterday.
So my recollection of the process that we used prior for the zoning board, we did some vetting on that collectively as a governing body. So I think we probably should do the same for this nomination.
Who did vetting on that person? Because I sure enough didn't see it come down this end of the aisle. So if there was something that went down this end of the aisle, something that I read, felt, put in my hand, put in my pocket, put anywhere, I didn't see it. Now, if it was a private thing, okay, but I didn't see it.
We
So where'd it
do,
go?
yeah, we do have, we have meetings, but I'm going to move to table this.
So we have a motion to
No,
table. Do we have
no,
a second?
No.
Do we have a second to
I'm still
table?
speaking. I'm still speaking.
There is a motion on the floor to table.
I'm still speaking.
Do we have a second to table?
I'm still speaking.
Is there a second to table?
Let's, yeah, I second it. Let's have some discussion on this.
So moved and seconded. There, once the motion to table, the only discussion you can have is to when to table it to. Is there any discussion on when we should table it to?
I think we should table it till the July 14th meeting.
Okay,
I don't think we should table it at all.
okay. So
Because
we
if
have
you're
a,
saying that we have to screen everybody, then we need to pull the guy off that we put on that zoning board because he was not screened.
so we have a motion to table and a second. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Councilman Barrison?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Karadzi?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Councilman Oni Chaka?
Yes.
Councilman Singh? Councilwoman Udine?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
No.
Councilman Wright?
No.
Okay, it is tabled.
So as,
Are there any other nominations?
Mr. Mayor, can I just make one comment with regards to the zoning that we discussed last time? So there was a difference versus this particular one, my friend Carl. The zoning board people did not have at times, they were having difficulty to have enough people. And that was the main reason that we agreed that we will proceed without a screening. Otherwise, we would have just gone through the regular way that we always have done. So in this particular case, I did not hear that, the urgency, and I think that it's appropriate just leave us a couple of weeks to get the information, and we'll go from there.
So what you're saying is expediency overruled policy. Now, if we did that for anything else, everybody down this line here besides me would scream. But yet, through expediency, because that's what you just said.
No, I said the
through
need.
expediency, we did that.
There was an urgent need, a request, and Mr. Mayor investigated. It was a request, and he submitted, he asked for the opinion, and everybody agreed that because of the situation, it's appropriate to not to have the screening. Otherwise, we would just follow what we always have done.
Expediency overruled policy.
so I just want to interject, if that's okay, Mr. Wright, Councilman. I may anger everybody here, but my opinion is, and in all due respect to the mayor, and I can't speak for Councilman Wright, if there is an eminent issue There's 9 people here. We all have an equal vote, an equal say, and an equal opportunity we should be afforded to recommend whoever we deem to our colleagues, informally or formally. So I can't speak for Mr. Wright, and I can't speak for Mayor Kramer, but I believe, and that's the reason I voted not to table it, because I believe this is important. Although the facts may not have changed and the outcome may not have changed. The idea that one person and one person only in what's supposed to be an equal environment is given information that can lead to a decision,
Excuse me,
a possible decision that is necessary to break or alter policy. It's, in my mind, sometimes is necessary, Councilman Wright, to do that, but it should be done in a transparent and equal way. So that's speaking my piece, and I think there probably is a consensus of proceeding in a way that allows for a policy to amend or a non-binding policy to act differently when the need should be broadcasted and given equally to all 9 of us. Thank you.
So I guess splitting that baby in half don't work here no more, huh? Boy, good thing y'all, never mind.
So would council be interested in a policy then that directs the manager or their planning or zoning board to inform all council people simultaneously if there is a need? And that is an important need because they do important work and we need to respond accordingly when there's a time essence. Time is of the essence. So is council interested in making that a policy? Because I think we have to be clear on policy.
Mr. Massanella, this is the boards and committees portion of it. And just to inform you correctly, if you recall, it was discussed in public that there was an urgent need, and everyone here heard that, and everyone here decided to go ahead with it. So there's no special thing going on. No one's getting any special privileges. And let's move on. Are there any other nominations?
Well, do you have enough council members on the planning board?
Are there any other nominations for any other positions?
Otherwise, I put my name in the hat.
So there's room for only one member of council on the planning board. That is Mr. Embarrasson. Are there any other nominations? Moving on, Madam Clerk. Sir, you can't speak.
I'm asking.
No public portion.
Sorry. I understand. I'm asking if the council would suspend rules for 60 seconds.
No.
Okay.
Executive session. Madam Clerk, my script here has a little confused. It's talking about the open space acquisition of Cedar Grove Lane, which we just...
Oh.
Right. There's Middlebush Road is one of the things listed on my script. Also, Cedar Grove Lane, also the YMCA, also donation contracts. So the best of my knowledge, it's 583 Middlebush Road, donation contracts,
Right.
and YMCA.
No YMCA. It's,
No YMCA.
so if you look at where the title is, it's just the South Middlebush Road and the donation contract.
Right, but if you look at the announcements.
I see where, that is incorrect.
So we're going, Resolution 26-288, authorize executive session potential open space acquisition for 583 South Middlebush Road, Block 36.01, Lot 6.03, donation contract are presented to the town, the executive session is presented to the Township Council for adoption. Do we have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in, seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. We are now going into executive session for the items listed. We will come out of executive session and have no other business except to come out of executive session and to close the meeting. So taping will stop at this time. We are adjourned. Be well, Franklin.